everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live this Wednesday evening, September 4th, 2024. Welcome to the All 60's edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show, broadcasting live on Oldies and More Radio and also on YouTube. We're here from 9 p.m. till midnight, spinning soul 45's out of my collection. So sit back for the next 3 hours. Got some cool tunes like that one there out of Detroit, Michigan. Actually, that is a throwaway. It's a throwaway B-side, is what it is there. As this is on the this is on, who owned this label? Was it Robert West? I don't know if it was Robert West or not. I think it might have been. But it's on the Golden World record label. This group, actually the A side of this is a vocal. And this is a request by listener MOTOWN. April 1966. They're called, well, it's the Holidays. But that is an instrumental there with, I don't know if they were the Funk Brothers or what playing on that. But that's on the flip side of I'll Love You Forever, Ed Wingate's. That's where it is. Johnny G messed up. I saw it there after. Should be before, but it's after. There you go. The Holidays there on Golden World. Making Up Time is the name of the tune, as Johnny G is going to be making up time. I wasn't that late today, but thank you all for being here, and I got some requests for tonight. We'll see how it goes on this. And thank you all, those of you that, with the birthday greetings, really overwhelming. Thank you for the birthday. Barbara and I we went out to lunch on Monday. It used to be Sunset Cove on the Hudson River we went to. I forget the name of it there. Robert Neal just emailed me about that. But it was really nice because the last couple days have been really, really nice here in the New York area. So it's great to get out and do that. And I haven't been out much at all. But she got me some cool things. She got me some record sleeves for my 78s. And she got me 2 books and these hanging out pants, actually a couple of pairs of these hanging out pants. So thank you, Barbara, for that. And thank you all for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated here. But let's open up here with the vocal portion as we go to the Bronx, New York for this group. The members of this group included Jimmy Keys, tenor, Jesse Huddleston, tenor, Vernon Dickey, baritone, Demetrius, I don't know if that's, it says Demetrius bass. I don't know if he's the bass, but the lead singer on the group is Warren Wilson. They're known as the Popular Five. They first recorded for the Ray Cox record label. Then they did 2 on the Minute label. This is their second, arranged by Artie Butler. This charted number 36 on KDIA in Oakland, California. Our vocal opener from April 69, the Popular Five on Minute Records. It's called Baby, I Got It.
I try to explain. Got a bad case of heartache. It's driving me insane. Baby, I'm sinking, and I'm sinking fast, so fast, like a ship out on the ocean. How long will I last? My whole
you go. Those are the Popular Five. The Popular Five there on the Minute record label from April 1969. Baby, I Got It is the name of the tune, and that is with Warren Wilson on lead. The Popular Five. That same group. It never even dawned on me that's the same group that recorded in the 1960s for that label. Ray Cox Records, because I do have that 45. Anyway, let us continue here, and let's go to 1967 now with this late release for the Drifters. They continued to record, even though there were different lead singers for this group, starting way back in 1953 for the Atlantic folks. But here we are. This one released in July of 1967. A tune written and produced by Ronnie Savoy, which is interesting. This charted number 36 on the R&B chart, a big number 3 record on WVKO in Columbus, Ohio. And Johnny Moore was still singing with the group, so he's doing lead on this from July 67. A late one by the Drifters on Atlantic Records. It's called Ain't It the Truth? Well, as needless to say, I played the wrong side there, folks. I apologize. We're gonna flip it over. Although that side wasn't bad, I have to tell you. That's Bill Frederick's on lead, not Johnny Moore. Johnny Moore. This side, by the way, was called "Up Jumped the Devil," which is actually not a bad record. Again, written by Ronnie Savoy, Bob Rico, and Al Kent. Very interesting. And also produced by Ronnie Savoy for Suron Productions. But let's flip it over here because this is the A side of the record. This side features Johnny Moore. I apologize for that. I was making scans and I must have mix that one up. But this is the side I intended to play. July 67, a late Drifters here. This is Johnny Moore on lead. It's called Ain't It the Truth.
I believe in your heart you're feeling blue, 'cause you can't understand the things I do, and you think that I found somebody new. Now ain't it the truth? Oh, ain't it the truth? Well, if I don't kiss you each and every day, and you think I don't love you from the things I say, but I do. I do. Baby, 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 I do. Tell me, darling, ain't it the truth? Oh, when you need me, you know I'm always there. Ain't anything that's mine, you know it's hard to share. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Girl, I know sometimes I seem so far away, and you think I'm not listening to what you say, but I'm thinking of us and of a better day. Now ain't it the truth? Oh, ain't it the truth? Well, if I can never seem to be on time, and you think I don't appreciate all your love that's mine, but I do. I do. Baby, 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 I do. Tell me, darling, ain't it the truth? Now when the times are hard, don't I come on through? And when your spirits are low, I come with you. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the
I agree with David. Two voices there. Probably that Bill Fredericks on there singing with Johnny Moore, I would say. But that's Ain't It the Truth by the Drifters there. Late one from July 67 on the Atlantic record label. Let us continue here. Let's go to the RCA label with this group. They are from Detroit. They had 3 releases for the RCA record label, and they have a cool LP. So if you can pick up the LP by this group, it is worth it. And there is one single on that, one song on that LP that was never released. I should say there is a song only on a 45 that was not on that LP, and that goes for a lot of bucks, which I have featured here. But I'm talking about a group called the Metros. And this is their first release. This was number 97 on Cashbox, 88 on Billboard, but a big number 5 record on WJLB in Detroit. It features Joe Buckman on lead. This is from October 66, the first of 3 for the Metros on RCA. It's called Sweetest One.
I'm gonna cry.
called the Metros. The Metro. That was a 45 my aunt had in her collection. She had a stock copy. But hers was, I don't want to call it trashed, but it wasn't in that great shape. But I picked up a mint promo. They're all vinyl. The RCAs play really nice. There you go, the Metros there. That's Joe Buckman on lead, October 1966, sweetest one. Joe would also have solo releases on the Sepia label in 69. But that is a cool tune. Let us continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. And let's go to Little Rock, Arkansas for this girl group. They had 6 releases on the Volt record label out of Memphis, Tennessee. This tune written and produced by Isaac Hayes and David Porter. And it features a gal by the name of Jeannie Dolphus on lead. This charted number 27 on WBOX in New Orleans, Louisiana. We go to June of 67 for Jean and the Darlings. Jean and the Darlings on the Volt record label. It's called How Can You Mistreat the One You Love? Jean and the Darlings. Funky sound there by Jean and the Darlings. That's Jeannie Dolphus. She's on lead from June of 1967. Isaac Hayes and David Porter wrote that tune there. Song entitled How Can You Mistreat the One You Love? That's on the Volt record label, the first of 6 on Volt. If you're new to the program here, just finding out about the Vinyl Treasure Show, please consider subscribing to my YouTube page and click that bell to get notifications. If you dig what Johnny G is doing, please click the bell and click the thumbs up. That is what you need to do. I'll be back. This is the first show of the week, the first of 3 shows that I do. Well, actually, you call it 2.5 shows because I do the 78 show every other week. But I'll be on tomorrow afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the 78s out of my collection. I got about 35, 78s I'm going to play, and I play those by year. I don't do the soul records by year, although somebody suggested I do that. That would be crazy. It's because I think the music is all interchangeable, at least through 1972, I think, when you talk about these types of tunes here. But the 50s is a little bit different because I start off like in the late 40s, maybe early 40s sometimes, but I'll jump up to like 1951 and whatnot. And I have like 3 or 4 within each year, and I stop like at 50. I'm playing 2 from 58, and 1 is on the Carlton label. That's a pretty late one to have a 78 on the Carlton label, but that's tomorrow. I'll be back Saturday night. If you have a request for any of the shows, you can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the email. And then on Sunday, I have an added show. I'll have a special guest here in the Vinyl Treasure Studios. Dave the Rave of Relics and Rarities and Sirius XM 60's on 6, the Tommy James Show, will be here in studio at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 2 to about 6 p.m., and he has some cool soul records out of his collection that he'll be bringing up that I haven't heard before, and I'm envious. Who did I play last week? I played a song called Envious of the records that he has. So that'll be on Sunday. So I'm actually doing 4 shows this week. But this is the first show. It's the Soul Show. Also, we're broadcasting live on Oldies and More Radio. So again, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Now, let us continue here as this next singer, born in Milford, Connecticut, he was the lead singer of a few vocal groups, mainly the Scarlets and the Five Satins. Had some great releases on a number of labels during his career, but he also did some solo releases, and he had 3 of them on the RCA record label, and he went by the name of Freddie here, but we know him as Fred Paris, lead singer of the Five Satins and the Scarlets. But here he is with a solo effort. This tune produced by Joe Reisman and arranged by Mort Garson. Is that, yes, there you go. In a late one too, October 67. He went into the 1970s zone, was performing for many, many years until he passed away. But this is from October 67. He goes by Freddie Paris. Freddie Paris on the RCA record label. It's called Face It Boy, It's Over. Freddie Paris.
When you look into her eyes and she turns away, when you're at a corner table and there's nothing much to say, just how plainly can she tell you? Does she have to spell it out? Face it, boy, it's over. When she glances at her watch and it is late, you try hard to amuse her, but she doesn't concentrate. Just how plainly can she tell you? Does she have to shout out loud? Face it, boy, it's over. Oh, what's the use in her hanging on while she slowly slips away from you? Don't go along for the ride. Keep some semblance of pride. There's nothing else you can do. Well, the time has come, I know, for our last goodbye. Guess I'll have to go on living when it's easier to die. Give me strength enough to take it like a man should, and I'll face it, boy, it's over. Baby, it's over. Come back, baby, it's over. Baby, it's over. Baby.
as Freddie Paris. Fred Paris, we know him as. That's a solo effort from October 1967 on the RCA record label. Face It Boy, It's Over. No, it is not over. We're not over till midnight. We do a little bit of overtime here because I got to prepare for the show tomorrow afternoon. But let us continue here for this singer born in Greenville, Mississippi, but relocated to Chicago in 1959. He was discovered by R&B singer Harold Burridge. At first recording for the Four Brothers label in 1965. He had 3 releases on the Four Brothers label. This was his 3rd release, a tune written by Jack Daniels and Jack Daniels, I guess, and Johnny Moore, right? Yes, it was. And also arranged by Monk Higgins. He was known as Tyrone the Wonder Boy, but you know him as Tyrone Davis. This is from December of 1966. This charted number 21 on WWIN. If you were listening in Baltimore, Maryland, from December 66, Tyrone the Wonder Boy on Four Brothers Records. It's called Please Consider Me.
I may not have all the diamonds in the pearl, and heartache, darling, seem to be a part of my world. But I got a love you can plainly see now, and I love you, darling. Won't you please consider me? Won't you please consider me? Oh, I may not be what your little heart desires, and I may not look the part to set your soul on fire. But when it comes to loving, baby, there's no one is greater than me. And we can make it together, baby. Won't you please consider me? Won't you please consider me? All right. I may not be a king of the land, but I can take your love and make you understand. 'Cause I want your love to be a part of me now. And I love you so much, darling. Won't you please consider me? Won't you please consider me? Don't you know that I love you? Oh, don't you know that I need you? Won't you please consider me? Oh, yeah. Please consider me.
There you go. That's Tyrone the Wonder Boy, a.k.a. Tyrone Davis, December 66. It's on the Four Brothers record label. That's his 3rd release. He did 3 on this label. Please Consider Me. Now, I don't know why this one, the other 2 I have are like on a green and white label, Styrene. I think they come vinyl too. But this one kind of like plays kind of funky too, by the way. It doesn't play so clear. I don't know why it is. It's a mint record. But, sometimes the ones with the BB holes, those are returns. And maybe this was at the end of the pressing. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to have a twin spin with Tyrone Davis, because in 1968 he signed with Dakar Records, would have 29 releases for the Dakar label through 1976. This is his third release on Dakar. Again, a tune written by Jack Daniels and Bonnie Thompson, produced by Willie Henderson, arranged by Tom Tom, aka Thomas Washington. Now, this charted number 3. I take it that's Billboard, Charlene. I don't know what MM is, but I think it's number. So I'm kind of testing the waters here. I'm really tempting the copyright police, but they usually don't come out and get me in the beginning of the show. But this is a number 3 record on Billboard, also number 1 in many markets, especially on the R&B chart. So many of you, Darlene, I'm sure maybe you know that you'll remember this tune from March of 1970, touch of the 70s here on the All 60s edition. Tyrone Davis on the Dakar record label, a twin spin. And this is what we do here on Wednesday evenings on YouTube and Oldies and More Radio. We turn back the hands of time.
Darling, I'm so lonely without you. Can't sleep at night, always thinking about you. But if I had the chance to start all over, I would be wishing today on a 4-leaf clover, and leaving would be the last thing on my mind. If I could turn back the hands of time. Darling, I can't hold out much longer, but the pain is getting deep. Oh, the hurt keep getting stronger. But if I had just one more try, I would be all alone until the day I die, and we would have a love so divine. If I could turn back the hands of time. Turn back the hands of time. Oh, baby. I could turn back the hands of time. Remember, girl, that I love you. Oh, darling, please let me come back home. Your love has been so good to me, baby, and I just realized without it I can't go on. 'Cause for you're the other half that makes my life complete. If I had one more chance, we'd have a love so sweet, and leaving would be the last thing on my mind. If I could turn back the hands of time. Oh, baby, I love you.
There you go. That's Tyrone Davis. Tyrone Davis with his third release on the Dakar label. From March of 1970. I was in junior high school when this 45 came out. Tyrone Davis on Dakar with Turn Back the Hands of Time. Big hit for him. And, of course, the first record I ever was exposed to with him was my aunt purchased Can I Change My Mind, which is a great, great record. He does it. I think that's his first one on the Dakar record label. Johnny G is here on a Wednesday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up if you're digging what you're hearing as we continue here, as we go to Chicago now with this group that formed back in 1960 singing gospel. But in 1962, they signed with Chess Records, where they had two minor hits in 1964. They were Voice Your Choice and Ain't No Big Thing. And this is what does it say here? when that featured Maurice McAllister on lead. But after several members left the group in 1965, they had a new lineup and a new lead singer. His name was Mitchell Bullock. And this is their 12th release on the Chess record label, a tune written by Leonard Kasten and Floyd Webber. This charted number 68 on Billboard, 35 on the R&B chart, and a big number one record if you were listening on WFIL in Philadelphia. We'll send it out to John Ferry. I noticed that he likes this tune, and also Tony Crosby in the UK. Let's go to March of 1968. These are the Radiants on Chess Records. The song is called Hold On. That's the sound of the Radiants there. That's from March of 1968. It's on the Chess record label. Hold On is the name of the tune. That featuring a Mitchell Bullock on lead. I don't know if I gave the email address out to so you can send me your request or contact the disc jockey, vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number for Johnny G. Let us continue here, and let's fill a request, as Jim sent me a bunch of records. Actually, Jim, this is an old 60s request I had for you. Jim Lampley in Texas. This group from Memphis, Tennessee, they formed while they were all attending Booker T High School in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, their debut single came out in November of 64, came out on the Stax label, which I don't think I have that record on Stax. And I forget I don't even know if I've ever heard that record before. But their debut single was on Stax, but the label moved them over to the Volt subsidiary, where they put out 15 singles. Their first release on the Volt label was their biggest hit, and a great record they do called Don't Have to Shop Around. But this is their fourth that Jim Lampley requested, and unfortunately, I have this on styrene, and you know how I hate styrene 45's. I just detest them. But this is their fourth release on the Volt label, co-written by the lead singer of the group. His name is John Gary Williams. And he wrote this song for his mother. And this charted number 16 on the R&B chart. This was a big number 2 record if you were listening to WWIN in Baltimore, Maryland, from June 66 by request for Jim in Texas, the Mad Lads on the Volt label. It's called I Want a Girl.
I want a girl just like the girl that married my dad. Just like the girl that married my dad. She don't have to be the world. She just gotta be my girl. She don't have to be the world. No, she just gotta be my sweet little girl. Gotta be my girl. Have to be but she's gotta be just like my mom. And I wanna love just like the love that my dad. Just like the love that my dad. She don't have to be no queen. Just let it
You see, the problem with styrene is if your needle is worn and you continue to play that record, you're gonna get that distortion is what it is, and it damages the vinyl because it's so soft, and it's the record companies. I don't think it was that, during the war where they couldn't press records, they had to recycle a lot of the vinyl. That's a whole nother thing, because recycled vinyl that sounds horrible. Sometimes it sounds better with a 78 needle. Even the 78s that were pressed back then, they are really grainy and they play with a surface noise. But the styrene 45s, if they're brand new and you play them with a nice new needle, they sound great. They actually are clear. You can hear certain sounds that sometimes you don't hear them on the vinyl presses. But when they become worn, they're not taken care of, and they're played over and over again. Now, if you played this record like 10 times in a row, the tip of the needle creates this heat in the grooves. You'll actually turn the grooves white. It's what happens. It's actually melting the grooves, especially with the, it'll happen on the vinyls, but especially with the styrene. And it's just not made to last. It's not. That's why a lot of the promos that were sent out to the radio stations were vinyl. And I can get this record. This record is available on a vinyl press, so I got to look for it. I might have it, but I was quickly looking for it and I found it. But again, I hate styrene 45s, and that is the reason. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here. I like this next tune. This gal is from Romulus, Michigan. She recorded 3 for the Correct Tone record label. This is her first, a tune written by Richard Popcorn Wiley and Nikki Todd. This was a big record on WJIM in Lansing, Michigan, if you were tuned in. It was a number 8 record there. Her name is Teresa Lindsay. Teresa Lindsay. It's from December 63 on the Correct Tone record label. We're going to play both sides of this record because I like the ballad flip too, but this is the up-tempo side. Teresa Lindsay on Correct Tone. It's called Gotta Find a Way.
He's tall, strong and handsome, got a charming smile. He always dresses in the latest style. I gotta find a way to make him mine. Yeah, yeah, 'cause he's so fine. I gotta find a way. Yeah, I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to make him mine. Yeah, 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 yeah. He walks like an angel. He talks so sweet. Dances so divinely. When she dance with me, I gotta find a way to make him mine. Yeah, yeah, 'cause he's so fine. I gotta find a way. Yeah, I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to make him mine. Yeah, 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 yeah. He never even noticed me. Not once did he stop to look. I'll get his attention yet. I'm gonna try every trick in the book. I'm gonna learn his favorite colors, what things he likes best, and when he wants to marry. You know the answer's yes. I gotta find a way to make him mine. Yeah, yeah, 'cause he's so fine. I gotta find a way. Yeah, I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to make him mine. Yeah, yeah,
That's December 63 release there for Teresa Lindsay. Teresa Lindsay on the Correct Tone record label. Gotta Find a Way is the name of the tune. Let's flip the 45 over. Give a listen to the flip side of this record here. It's a nice ballad. And the flip side here was, what does it say here? As I can't even see anymore. This one, again, produced by Richard Popcorn Wiley. This is from Teresa Lindsay, the flip side of Gotta Find a Way on Correct Tone. It's called Wonderful One.
wonderful one, how can I live without you? I love everything about you. Oh, my wonderful one, wonderful one. Let this moment last forever. I promise I will hurt you never. Oh, my wonderful
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's the B-side of Gotta Find a Way by Teresa Lindsay, song entitled Wonderful One from December 63. It's on Correct Tone Records now. She was signed with Golden World Records after this. Got some great tunes on the Golden World record label. Let us continue here on the All 60s edition as we head back to Detroit. This singer was originally the valet for Otis Redding, and he had talent. Now, he could write and sing songs and eventually became the opening act for Otis Redding in the early 1960s, first recording in 1963 for the Volt record label. He had other releases, one on Amy, and this one on Stax Records. And this one is from June of 1964, and it's one that he also wrote. Let's give a listen to Oscar Mack. Oscar Mack from June 64 on the Stax label. It's called You Never Know How Much I Love You, Oscar Mack. That's Otis Redding's valet there. His name, Oscar Mack. It was previously Otis Redding's valet. That one there from June 64. It's on the Stax record label. You Never Know How Much I Love You is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here as we continue here. As let's go up to Flint, Michigan. Daryl Letts. You must be familiar. Maybe you're familiar with this record. Everything is Flint, Michigan with this 45. This was recorded at the Prophonic Studios in Mount Morid, a suburb of Flint, Michigan. This is on the Coconut Grove label out of Mount Morris, Michigan, and this was just added to the collection recently, produced by Douglas D. Booth. It features Paul Woodyard Jr. on lead from 1968. Let's give a listen to the Flint Emeralds. Everything is Flint about this group and this song. This is on the Coconut Grove record label. It's called, this is the intended A-side. We're going to hear the flip side too. And the tune is called the tune is called Is It All a Bad Dream? They're called the Flint Emeralds. The Flint Emeralds out of Flint, Michigan, on the Coconut Grove record label from 1968. Is It All a Bad Dream is the name of the tune. Let's flip it over here. It's an up-tempo on the flip side here. This is the intended B-side of the 45. Tune written by Leonard Hemphill. This is produced by Douglas D. Booth, again with Paul Woodyard Jr. on lead. The Flint Emeralds from 68 on Coconut Grove. It's called You Don't Know That I Love You. There you go. Those are the Flint Emeralds. The Flint Emeralds 1968 release on the Coconut Grove record label. You Don't Know That I Love You. We heard that's the B-side. We heard the A-side. It's Is It All a Bad Dream? That's from 1968. They have one other release on the Gatewood record label, also out of Flint, Michigan. Why am I saying Flintwood, Michigan? Anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Fill a request for listener Joseph Smith. I didn't see Oldies Fan in the chat room, but he did send me this request for this singer, songwriter, and actor, originally from Houston, Texas, born November 6th of 1938. Now, the interesting thing about this is he was when he was in high school, he went to school with my secretary. When I worked for a company called Transamerica Leasing, the insurance company, they got into leasing of dry cargo containers. You know, the building out in California, the big pyramid building there. Well, they got into leasing dry cargo containers worldwide, and I worked for that company. When did I start? Maybe 1985, but I worked for a competitor in 1980, and then they hired me after that competitor went to Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So I had a chance to move up to Eden Prairie, Minnesota, but I refused. It was funny because when they came to the company, they were like, oh, we're going to relocate you up to Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And I said, well, what's up in Eden Prairie, Minnesota besides, 50 feet of snow? They says, well, it's always fun. You plug your you plug your car battery into the heater things out there. I said, what? I says, I'm not even wasting my time, because I was going for my MBA degree at Pace University in finance. I said, there is no way. I'm not even going on the trip, because they had a trip for everybody to go up there. So the company was, I remember they were selling all the stuff, and they relocated up there. So I had to find another job. And eventually I went to the competitor. Actually, I worked for Macmillan Book Publishing for 11 days. And I had to quit because I couldn't understand I was going to learn about royalties. It was the book company with royalties. But I don't know if she was an Asian gal. She was going to have the baby any minute, and I couldn't understand a word that she said, and I hated the ride. I eventually loved the ride into New York City, but I hated it back in 1984. I just hated taking the train maybe because it was like 98 degrees in the summer. I just hated it. And then I ended up at this company, Transamerica, that was moving from the city to Westchester County. So what happened was, and how'd we get on this topic? We got on this topic, because of my secretary. So I worked, I was there for about 14 years, but when I was manager of planning of reefer containers. It was refrigerated containers. So they said, well, Johnny, you can hire a secretary. You'll be sharing her. And she was from Texas. I forget. She was originally from Houston, Texas. So she moved up, and she had this really cute, she was really nice. Her name was Sandy Wilson. And I lost track of Sandy. She used to send me Christmas cards and whatnot. But she comes into my office and she says to me, Johnny, can I ask you a question? I know you're a big record collector, but do you know anybody by the name of PJ Proby? I said, PJ Proby? I said, yeah, I do. He goes, well, he was my neighbor, and he gave me I have all his records, and we don't want them anymore. Do you want my records? Well, his records? And I said, well, yes, Andy. Well, I don't want you just to give them to me. I mean, I'll give you some money for them. She goes, oh no, just come to the house and get them. And so I have all these UK LPs by PJ Proby, because he was really big over in the UK, but he had a number of releases here in the United States. And that's my story about PJ Proby. But Sandy Wilson from Houston, and I met her husband, and he used to sell ties out of the back of his trunk. And he goes, Johnny, and at that time you had to get dressed up in a suit and you had to wear a tie. It wasn't a lot of fun when especially if you're overweight and whatnot, wearing a suit all day with the tight collars and whatnot. It was not good. But anyway, I digress. But his real name was James Marcus Smith. And songwriter Sharon Shealy suggested that he change his name to P.J. Proby. And P.J. wasn't as popular in the U.S. as he was in England. And this, I guess, is his big U.S. hit, as requested by oldies fan Joseph Smith. And this came out on the Liberty record label. It was his 11th of 15 on the Liberty label, a tune written by Pat and Lolly Vegas and Jim Ford. And Pat and Lolly Vegas, they eventually they created Redbone in the 1970s. They do a great record called Come and Get Your Love. That's a great record that I bought back in 75, I think. But this is from 1966 by request for Joseph Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan, December 66. P.J. Proby on the Liberty label, his hit that charted number 23 on Billboard. This was a number one record on WLOX in Biloxi, Mississippi. P.J. Proby with Nikki Hokey, going out to Oldies Fan.
Way down Louisiana, down in Cajun land, It's got something going on, something like careful, get your tootsie. I want to tie you for pretending you did me on the Scooby-Doo. I dig you on the Scooby-Doo. You overfool you. You overfool you, little girl. Get here to the concentration of the fool I we. Molly, Molly, Miss Molly. Everything goes steady now. Look at boo, look at you. What I like to do to you, girl, you overfool you. You overfool you, little girl. Get here to the concentration of the fool I be. Nicky, 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 hokey. Pappy's doing time in the pokey. Your sister's on a trip, your mama got here. Little girl, you looking okay. You overfool you. You overfool you. Get here to the concentration of the fool I we. Follow me. Your papa's doing time in the pokey. Your sister's on a trip. Your mama got here. Little girl, you looking okay. You overfool you. You overfool you. Little girl, get here to the concentration of the fool I we. I talk about your fool I. Come on, talk about your way. Talk about your fool I. Talk about your way. Now listen to me.
There you go. That's going out to Oldies fan in our YouTube chat, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, December 1966 for Mr. P.J. Proby. It's on the Liberty record label. Nicky Hokey is the name of the tune. I guess we can call that really his signature song here in the United States. He does some nice ballads, actually with a soulful voice too, by the way. But there you go. And that's on a nice vinyl press. It's interesting because that has a Delta in it. And then I have a trashed copy that I used to play the flip side of this record too, but I found another Monarch press, which is styrene. Doesn't sound as good as that one. If you look long enough, you will find some nice hard vinyl presses of this, as I did find a Bretton Wood vinyl press too. They're normally on styrene, but the vinyls play great, I have to say. Johnny G here telling you about record collecting as we continue here. And let's fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. This singer, born in Washington, D.C., first sang with a group called the Marquis. The Marquis, they backed up Billy Stewart on his Killer OK release that I love, and also had a release on their own in 1957. Now, Harvey Fuqua would recruit this group to back him up on his release for Chess Records. I think it was it 10 Commandments of Love, I think, maybe? And as he relocated to Chicago, and but then he would head to Detroit. In 1960, he signed with Berry Gordy Jr.'s Tamla record label, had about 53 releases on the Tamla label through 1986, which includes duets. He sang a lot of duets with, Tammy Terrell, Diana Ross, Kim Weston. But this is his 7th release on the Tamla label. Actually, it's the B-side, a tune written by William Stevenson and Anna Gordy, and it features, I think maybe for the first time, backing vocals by, it says here, the Vandellas. The Vandellas here. So this was a number 7 record. This is actually a B-side. I'm going to play the other side of this too. The flip side is a big hit that my mother likes, because I'm going to play that for her. We'll send it out to Mrs. Galindo, who made me a devil's food cake that she always does on my birthday. So she did it for the 66th time, although I don't want to say that she did it when I was 1, but she made it every year for me after a certain point. But we'll talk about that. Let's go to December of 1962 for a B-side for listener Frank Gingaro. This is Marvin Gaye on Tamla Records, being backed up by the Vandellas. The song is called Hello There Angel.
Could have left and said I told you so. I could have told the whole wide world he'd leave you sad and blue. Said I could have laughed and said it's good for you, yeah now. But I know when it hurt you, don't you know it hurt me too? I could have said that you had it coming to you when you walked out and turned your back on me. I pleaded, baby, oh no, please, please, baby, don't go, 'cause I knew he would hurt you, don't you know it hurt me too? He said he had you dancing on a string. As far as love goes, you were just another fling. Oh, I may be a fool to love you the way I do. Don't you realize even fools have feelings too? So baby, come on back and let me dry the tears from your eyes, 'cause I would never hurt you. No, no, I'd never hurt you. 'Cause baby, when it hurt you, don't you know it hurt me too? It hurts me so bad. I'd never desert you. It hurts me so much.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, going out to Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. That's December 62. A B-side there for Marvin Gaye and the Vandellas. It's mentioned on the label there. That's on the Tamla record label. Song entitled Hello There Angel. No, wait a minute. That's not right. Oh my goodness. I played the wrong record for Frank. He asked for Hello There Angel, and I played It Hurt Me Too. Hello There Angel is the flip side of your Johnny G losing his mind here. I apologize, Frank, for that, because I was like, wait a minute, Charlene's got here the male group backing him up. I totally screwed that up. Totally screwed it up. Why did I pull this record out? This is not what I wanted. I pulled the wrong record out and gave it to Charlene, because Hello There Angel is the flip side of a wonderful one, I think. As I will get that one on for Frank next week. I can look here for the boxes, but it's going to take me. I have it up here somewhere, but I messed that up, Frank. Totally my fault. Charlene, why didn't you ask me about that? But anyway, well, she didn't know. She didn't know here, but I screwed that up, folks. So Frank, forgive me for that. I have another request for Frank coming up here too. But let's flip it over here. Give a listen to the intended A side of this, as this is a great record too. This was a 45 that my aunt had in her collection. I got to send this out especially to my mother because she likes this song. She likes the Marvin Gaye tune from December 62. It's called Stubborn Kind of Fellow. Sending it out to my mom, who is tuned into the program and watching you all in the chat.
Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. One more time, baby. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to put my arms around you, all because I wanna hold you tight. But every time I reach for you, baby, try to kiss you, you just jump clean out of sight. Oh, I got news for you, baby. Now I made plans for two. I guess I'm just a stubborn kind of fella, got my mind made up to love you. Wow! Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna love you
in every way.
every way.
Gonna love you,
I'm gonna love you
gonna love you in every way.
every way.
In every way.
With other girls I wanted, I dated just a moment. With you I shall remain. Now I know you've heard about me, bad things about me. Baby, please let me explain. Oh, I have kissed a few. Tell you a few have kissed me too. I guess I'm just a stubborn kind of fella, got my mind made up to love you. Wow! Everybody sing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow! Everybody sing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing now, everybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow!
Hits here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. No sign of the copyright police. It's too early in the show for them to attack Johnny G. But there you go, December 62, the great Marvin Gaye with Martha and the Vandellas backing him up on that. That is a mistake I did for... Really sorry, Frank, but we'll get Frank's song on next week, plus others. There you go, a song entitled Stubborn Kind of Fellow. Send that one out to my mom. Ma, I forgot to give you the playlist for tonight. I messed that up too. Johnny G losing his mind for a Wednesday evening. Let's continue. Here's fill a request for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat. Actually, I played the flip side of this 45. It was my closer Saturday night. This singer was the lead singer of a vocal group called the Class Airs from Bristol, Rhode Island. Played their rare record on the Honeybee label. Was called My Tears Start to Fall. That was a request for listener Juan Campoy. Actually, I did play that, but I played the flip side of this a couple weeks prior, which was a re-recording of that song, but done in 1966. Now, Warren requested the flip side of this release, of that release tonight, and this is actually a cover tune. This tune written by Van McCoy, first for the Sweet Things on the Date label, as it came out originally in February of '66. And this singer's real name was Jerry Raymond, but he recorded as Cal Ray. And this is from 1966, released after that Sweet Teens record. And he decided to cover this tune. So let's send it out to Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. Cal Ray on Super Records and his rendition of the tune, You're My Lovin' Baby. This is for Warren.
Look at you, baby, and my heart was beating like crazy, and my eyes were bright as the stars above. You spoke and smiled so sweetly and stole my heart so completely that I knew without a doubt you're the one I dreamed about. You're going to be my girl. Tell me that you'll never say goodbye, 'cause you're all I've been waiting for. Let me love and adore you, and I'd do just anything for you, 'cause I'm sure there'll never be anybody else for me. Yes, you're the girl that I've waited for. At last I found you. Tell me you'll be mine forever, baby. Tell me that I'm all you need forever, baby. You're my loving baby, my sweet loving baby. Yes, you're the girl that I've waited for. You're my loving baby, my sweet loving baby. You're my loving baby, my sweet loving baby.
There you go. That's going out to Warren Russell in our YouTube chat. That's Cal Ray. And Girls backing him up there from 1966 doing a Van McCoy tune, You're My Lovin' Baby. Came out on the Super record label. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Those of you tuning in to the program on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. If you're just finding out about the show, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. for 78s out of my collection, so we'll do that. Then I'll be back Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight with the All 50s show, 50s and early 60s. We play the records by year there. Let us continue here. This next, a gal from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. She was born Margaret Batavio, and she was the youngest female singer to ever have a national #1 single. A song from 1963 on the RCA record label. You may have remembered it, a song called I Will Follow Him. She was known back then as Little Peggy March, but she had 24 releases on the RCA record label between 63 and 1969. This is her 21st song. Now, this is a cover tune. This was first done by Michael... How do I say that, Charlene? Michael Poinareff, Poinareff, back in 1967. This one produced by Ted Darrell, arranged by Al Gorgoni. This bubbled under at number 125. was number 8 on WCOR in Lebanon, Tennessee. Now, I saw this on a bunch of, I don't know what they call this type of sound, but it was on a lot of the soul lists. So I don't know what it is, but I decided to play it is what I did. And it's an interesting title, but it came out in March of 68. I'm talking about Peggy March. It's on RCA. So this is what I don't understand about the title of this record. It says, "If You Loved Me," then in parentheses, it says soul, SOUL space coaxing, COAXING, and then there's a dash, and then it says Amy Kaline. That's in the title. So I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody in the chat rooms know what that means. Let Johnny G know. But let's give it a listen. March 68, Peggy March on RCA. It's called "If You Loved Me."
I give to you everything that I now possess. I would surrender everything I own if you loved me. All of my dreams I would give for your sweet caress. I would be tender, yours and yours alone, if you loved me. If you could care, what would I do? My heart and soul I'd give to you. Ask for the stars, I will gather them all for you. No, there is nothing that I couldn't do if you love me. If you could care, what would I do? My heart and soul I'd give to you. All of my dreams I would give for your sweet caress. I would be tender, yours and yours alone, if you loved me. As for the stars, I will gather them all for you. No, there is nothing that I couldn't do if you loved me. If you loved me,
As March 68 release there for Peggy March. Peggy March on the RCA record label. Song entitled "If You Love Me," and then that soul coaxing, I think Reed cleared that up. That is, it was an instrumental. That's what it was called. But somebody put lyrics to it, and also Mark Knowles said that that's a northern tune. So there you go. We had all the questions answered. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Let's continue here as we go back to Chicago. This group, discovered by Fred Cash of the Impressions, he brought them to audition for Curtis Mayfield, who was starting a new label called Windy Sea Records, and he liked what he heard, and he produced all the group's songs on the Windy Sea label. They were all siblings, managed by their father, Clarence Burke Sr. Now, the quintet included Clarence Jr., James, Kenneth, Dennis, and Aloha Burke. the Burke family, collectively known as the Five Stairsteps. They had 7 releases on Curtis Mayfield's Windy Sea Records, and this is the B-side to their 6th tune, written by George Keith Fowler and Clarence Burke Sr. It features Clarence Burke Jr. on the lead, and this was a number 34 record on WBEE if you were listening in Chicago. Let's go to May of 1967 for the Five Stairsteps on Windy Sea Records. It's called The Girl I Love.
She's finer than fine, yeah, and oh so sweet. She's all that I ever wanna meet. She's the girl of my dreams, and no matter how it seems, she's the girl I love. She's the girl I love. She's a queen of all queens in this life that I live, and there's nothing in this world that I wouldn't give just to see her happy and smiling at me. I guess by now you can plainly see she's a girl I love, the girl I love, 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 love. Yeah. My love for her is really real. I just wanna be there beside her to love her forever again. The girl I love, the girl I love, the girl I love, the girl I love, the girl I
Yeah, the great sound of the Five Stairsteps out of Chicago. World of Fantasy. There we go. There you go. That's May 1967, the Five Stairsteps there. On the Windy Sea record label, The Girl I Love is the name of the tune. Now, they would add 5-year-old Cubby to the group in 1970, and they had their biggest hit for the Buddha label called Ooh Child. I remember hearing that on the radio, back in 1969 or so. Johnny G here on a Wednesday, spinning these Soul 45s. Let's continue here. Let's go to Philadelphia now. Fill a request for listener MOTOWN. This group had a number 1 hit with their debut single in 1963 on the Parkway label, a song called So In Love or So Much In Love. Came out 2 ways, by the way. Now, after 8 releases on the Parkway label and then 2 for MGM, then they had 1 in 67 on the Winchester label. I think that was a subsidiary of Cameo Records. They signed with Columbia Records for 5 singles beginning in 1968. This was their first release, and it's a cover tune. This was a big number 1 hit for Barbra Streisand back in 1964. It was, I guess, from the motion picture Funny Girl. But this is an interesting rendition that MOTOWN requested. It features George Williams on lead. This charted number 58 on Cashbox, 39 on Billboard, 33 on the R&B chart, and this was a number 1 record on WMJC and WAVZ in New Haven, Connecticut. Also, another name on here that Jimmy the Whiz Wisner, he produced it. Let's go to August of 1968 for The Times by request for MOTOWN and their rendition of the tune People.
Everybody's got to have somebody. Everybody's got to have someone. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Children who need children, think of the children, and yet letting our grown-up cry hide all the need inside, acting more like children than children. Everybody's got to have somebody. Everybody's got to love someone. Lovers are very special people. They're the luckiest people in the world. If one person, one very special person, with a feeling deep in your soul, say that you have, but now you're home. No more hunger and thirst. What first? Be a person who needs people. People who need people, yeah. All the luckiest people in the world. Everybody's got to have somebody. Everybody's got to have somebody. People got to have somebody. People got to have somebody. Yeah. All the luckiest people in the world. Is that feeling deep in your soul? Say that you have, but now go home. No more hunger and thirst. But first, you person who needs people. People who need people, yeah. All the luckiest people in the world. Everybody's got to have somebody. Somebody got to have somebody. Somebody got to have somebody. Somebody got to have
As by request for listener MOTOWN there, those are the Times out of Philadelphia there. That's George Williams on lead from August 68. That's their first on Columbia when they signed back in 1968. Their rendition of the tune People, which Barbra Streisand did, was from the movie Funny Girl. Now, MOTOWN also requested the flip side, which was also from another movie and first recorded back in May of 66 by Shirley Horn for a movie called For the Love of Ivy. Does anybody know anything about that movie? For the Love of Ivy? I don't know what that is, but is it a rated R movie? I'm just asking. So I guess maybe with the Times' first release here on Columbia, they wanted to do some motion picture music. So, and MOTOWN requested the flip side. So let's again listen to motion picture music. The tune written by, is it Quincy Jones, I think? Yeah. The tune written for the movie, Quincy Jones and Bob Russell. And this is from August 68. The Times again on Columbia Records. It's called For Love of Ivy. This is for MOTOWN, a B-side.
Ivy, is love. Ivy clings, she's clinging to somebody who is longing for love, sweet love of Ivy, for love of Ivy, give up his own little world to have a comfortably curled beside him with Ivy knee and smiling too. What would he do for love of Ivy? For love of Ivy. For love of Ivy, give up his own little world to have a comfortably curled beside him with Ivy knee and smiling too. What would he do for love of Ivy? For love of Ivy. For love of Ivy. For love of Ivy. Give up his own little world to have a comfortably girl beside him with Ivy knee and smiling too. What would he do for love of Ivy? For love of Ivy.
I think that's George Williams on lead. Really shows the voice of George Williams there. But there you go. That's the A and B side of their Time's first release on the Columbia label. That song called For Love of Ivy from August 68 for MOTOWN. We also requested the A side, their rendition of the tune People from August 1968. Let's stay in 1968 and fill a request for listener Edmund Williams from Queens, New York. He is at work now, working in the ER. I think he works in the emergency room there, in local there in Queens. But this singer started recording back in 1953 when he replaced Clyde McPhatter. When Clyde McPhatter left the Dominoes, this singer replaced him, then left the Dominoes for a solo career, 1957 or so? Had over 60 releases for the Brunswick label, and he was known later on as Mr. Excitement. And here's one that charted number 34 on Billboard, 12 on the R&B chart, and a big number 4 record on WKFR in Battle Creek, Michigan. This song co-written by Van McCoy, produced by Carl Davis from June 68 for Edmund Williams, the great Jackie Wilson. Jackie Wilson on the Brunswick label. It's called I Get the Sweetest Feeling. This is for Edmund.
The closer you get, the better you look, baby. The better you look, the more I want you. When you turn on your smile, I feel me, baby. The deeper your touch, the more you thrill me. It's more than I can stand. Girl, when you hold my hand, I feel so grand that I could cry. And I get the sweetest feeling, mama, the sweetest, sweetest feeling, baby, the sweetest, sweetest feeling, loving you. The greater your love, the stronger you hold me, baby. The stronger you hold, the more I need you. With every passing day, I love you more in every way. I'm in love to stay, and I wanna say, I get love. Sweetest feeling, baby, the sweetest, sweetest feeling, honey, the sweetest, sweetest feeling, loving you. Sweetest feeling, baby, the sweetest, sweetest feeling.
That's the great Jackie Wilson there from June of '68. That's by request for Edmund Williams. I gotta flip this over for Edmund. There you go, the Jackie Wilson on Brunswick Records. I get the sweetest feeling. When I play these records, I mean, does it show that I enjoy these records, listening to these records? Because I really do. I do love music. Let's flip the 45 over here. By request for Edmund Williams. The flip side written by Gary Jackson and Carl Davis, who also produced it, arranged by Warren Sanders. This is the B-side to I Get the Sweetest Feeling. From June '68 on the Brunswick label, the great Jackie Wilson for Edmund Williams. It's called Nothing But Blue Skies.
Trouble and times are over. Unhappy days are move on over. Me and my heartaches were finally through. Hello, good times since I found you. There'll be nothing but blue skies for me tomorrow. Nothing but blue skies, no clouds of sorrow. Nothing but blue skies for me tomorrow. Nothing but blue skies when I'm with you. For once, I'm not downhearted. It took your love to get me started. Now I'm on my way to a much better day. With you, loneliness will never stand in my way. There'll be nothing but blue skies for me tomorrow. Nothing but blue skies, no clouds of sorrow. Nothing but blue skies for me tomorrow. Nothing but blue skies when I'm with you. In love is where you find me. I'm leaving all my cares behind me. With you at my side, girl, there's nothing I lack. I'll stick out my chest and honey, never look back. There'll be nothing but blue skies for many tomorrows. Nothing but blue skies, no clouds of sorrow. Nothing but blue skies for me tomorrow. Nothing but blue skies when I'm with you. Traveling times are over. Unhappy days move on over.
There you go. Hey, A and B side there for Mr. Jackie Wilson. That's by request for Edmund Williams, June 68. The B side there, Nothing But Blue Skies, is the name of that tune. And prior to that, we heard the A side, I Get the Sweetest Feeling, from June 68, the great Jackie Wilson on the Brunswick label. Let's go to Dayton, Ohio for this duet. First, actually, before Charlene, I think it was Reed that pointed it out the last time I played this duet, that they did have a release prior to signing with Al Silver's Ember label in late 1958. They are Welton Young and Brenda Lee Jones, recording as Dean and Jean. They signed with Russ Records in 1962. They had 10 releases on the Russ label. What was their big tune? Hey Dean, Hey Jean, I think was their big tune that they had. I think they had another one that was top 20 at least. But this is their 6th release, a tune written by Chip Taylor from October 64, Dean and Jean on Rust Records. This is a styrene press, by the way. It's called In My Way.
You know I love you in my way now. Place no one above you in my way. Don't try to make me over. Just do what I say, and I will love you every day. In my way, you try to chain me every day now. You just can't chain me to your way. Take me for what I am now. Don't you think it's right to let me love you every night in my way? Oh yeah, I wanna know, who do you love? Say, can it be me, or is it what you think I should be? Yeah. Come on and love me every day now. But come on and love me in my way. Yeah, don't try to make me over. I'm never gonna change. Just let me love you every day in my way. In my way, oh, in my way. Don't you ever try to change me. Oh, let me love you in my way. Oh, please don't make me
Yeah, it's really a solo effort by Brenda Lee Jones there. Of course, it says Dean and Jean on there. Wendell Young, the Dean. That's Brenda Lee Jones. The singing there is Jean. October 1964, their 6th release on the Russ record label, In My Way. That's a styrene that plays nice. That's because it's mint and it's never been played. That's it. Anyway, there you can't go wrong for $2 on a record like that. But let's continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, listening in Canada. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with the beach music scene, as this is one of really the premier beach groups out there. Many groups, of course, recorded with this beach sound there. We're not going to go into that. But anyway, they would later on record as Bill Deal and the Rondells. And we're going to play that Bill Deal and the Rondells hit after this song because it reminded me of that. I wanted to play it because I liked the song. But they were known as Bill Deal and the Big Deals. And this one was recorded by Frank Guida. Of course, Frank Guida, he was behind all those Gary U.S. Bond songs. And this was probably recorded in his studio in Norfolk, Virginia back then. And maybe the master was sold to Mala Records for for distribution. Maybe this is on another label too. But they were known as Bill Deal and the Big Deals. Very cute name there. From April of 65, co-written and produced by Frank Guida. This is going out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. It's on the Mala label, and it's Styrene again, a double play with Styrene. It's called Big Toe, and I have one, believe me, Big Toe in the Wind. This is for Darren.
Man, you just gotta pay your income taxes.
So, if the smile you're wearing is getting a little thin, just take off your shoes and socks and let your big toe in the wind. While I'm out here, don't make more care. Got my big toe in the wind. And if it don't rain, I'm gonna leave it there. Got my big toe in the wind. I've been to New York and to New Orleans. I met a lot of chicks who thought they were me, but I'm the daddy 'cause I come in with my big toe in the wind.
Everybody!
If the smile you're wearing is getting a little thin, just take off your shoes and socks and hang your big toe in the wind. I take it easy, I don't lose no sweat. I miss what I miss and I get what I get. But when tomorrow's uncoming in, I'll have my big toe in the wind. If the smile you're wearing is getting a little thin, just take off your shoes and socks and hang your big toe in the wind.
Hey, Charlie, why don't you take that big toe out the wind?
I don't know. I like it this way. Crazy, man.
Well, if you look down the road, see a cloud of dust, you hear a big car with a rocket thrust. You know who it is 'cause you'll hear me say, I've got my big toe hanging in the wind. So, if the smile you're wearing is getting a little thin, just take off your shoes and socks and hang your big toe in the wind. Big toe, big toe, big toe in the wind.
There you go. That's going out to Darren, a.k.a. Record Hound, in our YouTube chat room. That's April 65 for Bill Deal and the Big Deals on the Mala record label. Big Toe in the Wind is the name of the tune. They were originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia, so that kind of coincides with Frank Guida. I don't know how close Virginia Beach is to Norfolk. If it's close in vicinity, maybe somebody can let me know there. But this is their signature song. Originally came out on the Beach label, which I do have on that label. It's not in the greatest shape, but the record would be picked up by Jerry Ross and is put out on his Heritage label. Made it up to number 39 on Billboard, 35 on Cashbox. Was a big number 2 record on WRAW in Reading, Pennsylvania. Of course, this was first recorded by the late Maurice Williams and actually was not, well, I guess we'll say the Zodiacs, but Maurice Williams did it first back in 1964 for VJ Records. And when this record became popular, was Dsu put it out again as the Zodiacs to try to capitalize on that. But so we heard one from 1965. Let's move to August of 1968 now. We'll call it a twin spin with Bill Deal, but this time with the Rondells. It features Amon Tharp and Bill Deal doing the vocals on this from August 68 on the on the Heritage label, Bill Deal and the Rondells with May I. That record brings back memories to your host, Johnny G. I remember it vividly when my aunt bought that record, and she was staying with us, I think, at the time in the summer of '68, and she bought me a General Electric Victrola. It was the one that kind of like had two speakers on the side, and you kind of open it up, and it had an adapter, and you know what, you would lift up the, you lift up that record holder and you bring it over, and I remember it had a white tone arm, and you stack the records up. I'd stack about 5 records on it, and then you just you press the button, and then they would fall down one on top of another. You play your rare records that way. I can't believe I did that. But anyway, there you go. Bill Deal and the Rondells. That's a twin spin there. First we heard for Darren from April '65, Big Toe in Wind, as Bill Deal and the Big Deals, and they became Bill Deal and the Rondells with May I from August 1968. Let's go to Asbury Park, New Jersey. Fill a request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. This singer first began recording back in 1958 for the Decca record label. Has 2 cool records on the Decca label. Rocket to the Moon, I think, and My One Sincere. It's a great 2-sided record he does. But probably best known for his 1963 hit on the Cadence label, his rendition of the tune Since I Fell for You. But then he moved over to Cap Records, had 8 releases on the Cap label. This is the B-side of his third. The A-side of this was called Two Different Worlds, but David requested the flip side, which was written by Jerry Goffin and Carole King, produced by Tom Catalano and arranged by Alan Lauber. I think, Paul Anka also recorded this, and so did Johnny Mathis, I guess. July '65, though, for this release, for Lenny Welch. Lenny Welch on the Cap label. This is for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. It's called I Was There, Lenny Welch.
in your eyes, and the future looked too dark to face alone. I was there to change your tears to laughter, there to make your heart believe in the happy ever after. I was there to bring you a daily bouquet, to make the world your playground, if you wanted it that way. But when he came back and wanted you, I didn't have a prayer. He just smiled and you forgot that I was there. But when he came back and wanted you, I didn't have a prayer. He just smiled and you forgot that I was there.
That's a pretty tune there by Lenny Welch, as requested by David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. That's the flip side of Two Different Worlds, song entitled I Was There, July 1965. It's on the Cap record label. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go back to Philadelphia now. Fill a request for listener Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. This gal began recording in 1961. She was 16 years old, first recording for the Scepter label. She did a tune called If You See Bill O. No, If You See Bill. She had other releases on the Juan label, Try Me, and Checker Records. Under her real name was Tammy Montgomery, but in 1965 she signed with Berry Gordy Jr.'s MOTOWN label, had two releases on the label, but it wasn't till she teamed up with Marvin Gaye that she achieved national success as Tammy Terrell. But she had some solo efforts on the MOTOWN label. This was her final solo effort, and it's a cover song. This was first done back in 1966 by the Isley Brothers, their first single on the Tamla label. But this version charted number 83 on Cashbox, 67 on Billboard, 31 on the R&B chart, and a big number 9 record if you were listening to WSNY in Schenectady, New York. Let's go to December of 1968. My request for Frank Gingaro, Miss Tammy Terrell. Tammy Terrell on the MOTOWN label. Her rendition of the tune, This Old Heart of Mine, parentheses, is weak for you. This is for Frank.
This old heart of mine been broke 1,000 times. Each time
There you go. That's by request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat. And that's Tammy Terrell. I agree, Frank. It sounds like the Four Tops are backing her up on that one there. December 1968 release on the Motown record label, her rendition of the Isley Brothers tune, This Old Heart of Mine. And again, it was very unfortunate that Tammy Terrell was diagnosed with a cancerous tumor after she collapsed on stage back in 1967, and unfortunately she passed away on March 16th of 1970. She was only 24 years old. That was a tragedy back then. And I think it really tore up Marvin Gaye because he really admired her. He really did. And we lost a wonderful voice there. But again, she lives on in the music and these records that your host Johnny G features. Hope you're digging on the tunes here on a Wednesday evening. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the first show of the week, broadcasting live on YouTube. It's a live show. You can see it on your iTV or your phone or your PC or your tablet. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. If you like sounds of the 1950s, actually I got a couple in the mid 1940s, but the early vocal group style and some R&B and some great group stuff later on in the program. You can tune in tomorrow from 2 to about 4:30 tomorrow. I'll be back Saturday night for the big show, the 50s and early 60s show. So send me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request. Last week I had a visitor by the name of Prince Charles. Prince Charles in our YouTube chat room, and he requested this song that came out on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. Came out actually 3 ways. And I have it the first 2 ways. I just couldn't find it. I might have it 3 ways. But first came out as the Kingpins. Then it came out as the Romeos. And then there was a third release as the Winners. Now, this group included James R. Bailey and Bobby Spencer of the Cadillacs, Leroy Binns of the Cadillacs and Charts, and Ronnie Bright. He was the bass of the Valentines. The tune written by Don Covey and Paul Griffin, arranged by Alan Lauber. And I'm playing the Romeo's 45 on this. Greg Zurich sold me the Kingpins. I remember he said, Johnny, you need this. It's a good tune. I says, I think I have it, but he got it this way, the first way. I think he charged me $60 on it, a promo. But this is a stock copy with a BB hole from January 63 on the VJ label for Prince Charles. It's called Dance, Romeo Dance.
Dance away the memories of yesterday. She's found somebody new and forgot all about you. Go on and dance, Romeo, Romeo, dance, oh, dance, oh, Romeo, dance. Forget the nights her sweet lips were oh so near. You've been a lover for all of these years, so dance away your tears. Go on and dance, Romeo, Romeo, dance, oh,
You see this fella Romeo, his heart inside is hurting, so I know just how he feels.
know that one there going out to Prince Charles. Those are the Romeos, a.k.a. the Kingpins first, then later the Winners. I'll have to check, read if I find a copy of the Winners. I will send you the scan of that. That's January 63. It's on VJ Records. Dance, Romeo, Dance is the name of the tune. Hopefully Johnny G keeping you guys and gals dancing here for a Wednesday evening right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let us continue here. And let's fill a request for listener Robert Garcia. Has been asking for all these records in the chat room. Some fit this show, some don't. But this one he asked for on Saturday night fits this show. This group from San Gabriel, California. Now, the tune was first done by Eddie Davis, did it on the Faro record label, and this is wait a minute. Wait a minute there. So how could that be who did it first, Charlene? That can't be. This song was first done by Don and Dewey back in 1959 for the Specialty label. That's got to be above. Anyway, this group then covered it. They're called the Premiers. I saw it in the box. I was looking for, what was I looking for in the P box? I was looking for another record that I played tonight in the P box. And I said, oh, I have this on the Faro label. I just didn't get a chance to clean it. So I had the Warner Brothers release, so that's the one I'm playing it on. It would be picked up by Warner Brothers Records for national distribution. It was their first of 3 for Warner Brothers. Let's see. It's produced by Billy Cardenas, and it has John Perez. Wait a minute. Produced by Billy Cardenas, has John Perez, drummer, and George Delgado, rhythm guitar on dual leads. There you go. This charted number 19 on Billboard and Cashbox, number 2 on KGB in San Diego, California. And they performed this on Dick Clark's American Bandstand, so it's available on YouTube to check it out. Let's go to May of 1964 for Robert Garcia in our YouTube chat room. The Premiers on Warner Brothers with their rendition of the tune, Farmer John.
Farmer John, yeah, I'm in love with your daughter. The one, yeah, with the shining eyes. Knows that I love her ever since she showed me those eyes. Farmer John, yeah, come get out of there. The one
There you go. That's going out to Robert Garcia. As the Copyright Police, they came out on that song. Amazing. There you go. May 1964. Featured it on the Warner Brothers label that first issued on the Pharaoh label. The Premiers there with their tune called Father John, or their rendition of that tune, Farmer John. A good party tune. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Let us continue here. Fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube channel. He's listening down in Mexico. We go back to the sound of Motown here as the Copyright Police going to be sticking around a little bit more now. This time Berry Gordy Jr.'s Gordy record label. And this was let me just double check something here before I say that. No, that is not right. Good thing I checked. I would have had a big mistake here. So anyway, this is a request for listener Adrian from July of 1965. This charted number 70 on Billboard, number 22 on the R&B chart, and a big number one record on KCBQ if you were listening in San Diego, California. It features Martha Reeves on lead from July 65. Martha and the Vandellas on the Gordy label. For Adrian, it's called Love parentheses Makes Me Do Foolish Things. For Adrian. There you go. Sound of Motown here on the Vinyltreasure show. Martha and the Vandellas there from July 1965. It's on Berry Gordy Jr.'s Gordy label. That was a song that my aunt really liked also. And that's for Adrian Viterbo. Love, parentheses, makes me do foolish things. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go to Columbus, Ohio for this next group. And this is on Jeff Smith's Blue Rose record label, which is also out of Columbus, Ohio. Two members of this group were Kevin Brown and Eric Younger, and this charted number 40 on WVKO in Columbus, Ohio from July of 1969. The group is called the Chandlers, Chandlers, on Blue Rose Records, and the name of the tune is, in parentheses, Never Before. It says, Your Love Keeps Drawing Me Closer. The Chandlers.
Have I felt so good? Joy came when you stole my heart. I never leave you as if I could, 'cause the pain will part. Your love keeps drawing me closer, keeps drawing me closer, baby. Never before has my life been so much that no need to ask me why. To hear your voice, your touch, my only thoughts are you and I. Your love keeps drawing me closer, keeps drawing me closer, baby. Never before have I loved you so, like a kid with a brand new toy. Show me the way somehow, look, that's all is the joy. Your love keeps drawing me closer, keeps drawing me closer, baby. Your love keeps drawing me closer, oh yeah. Keeps drawing me closer, baby. Your love keeps drawing me closer, keeps drawing me closer, baby. Your love keeps drawing me closer, yeah. Keeps drawing me closer, baby. Never before have I loved you so, like a kid with a brand new toy. Show me the way somehow, look, that's all in the joy. Your love keeps drawing me closer, keeps drawing me closer, baby. Keeps drawing me closer, oh yeah. Keeps drawing me closer, baby. Your love keeps drawing me closer, baby. Keeps drawing me closer, baby. Closer, keeps drawing me closer, baby.
That's a July 1969 release there for the Chandlers. Chandlers on the Blue, BLEU, Blue Rose Records there. Never Before, Your Love Keeps Drawing Me Closer is the name of the tune. Hopefully Johnny G drawing you closer to the Vinyl Treasure Show here for a Wednesday. Again, if you have a request, please send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. This is the first show of the week. We'll be doing 4 shows this week. Yes, we will. I'll be on tomorrow afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for the All 78 show. Then join me Saturday night for the 50s and early 60s show. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 to midnight. And then I'll have a special day show on Sunday, the 8th. Sunday the 8th, a special in-studio guest here into the Vinyl Treasure Studios, Dave the Rave, who's in our YouTube chat room. He will be here at 2 p.m. spinning soul 45's and other things out of his collection. So please tune in for that show. Always had fun the last time we were here, and it's going to happen again. So stay tuned for that. Now let's continue here. Let's go to this singer originally from Rogers, Texas, born Joseph Arrington Jr., but you know him as Joe Tex, first recording back in 1955 for the King record label. Would also record in 58 for Johnny Vincent's Ace label. In 1960, had other releases on Anna and Jalen Records. But then in 61, he signed with Buddy Killen's Dial label, had a total of 55 releases on the Dial label through 1979. Let's give a listen to his 17th release, and it's a song he wrote from February 66, Mr. Joe Tex on the Dial label. It's called If Sugar Was As Sweet As You, Joe Tex.
Listen, baby, if sugar was as sweet as you, honey, sugar just couldn't be bought. They wouldn't sell it in the store. If sugar was as sweet as you, baby, sugar just couldn't be bought. Oh no, you know that you're so sweet, you make sugar taste just like salt. Oh yeah. Listen, baby, all of my life I suffered with a complex. I didn't think nobody cared about where I was going or how I was to get there. But then my little life was spared, because you came along and you showed me I was wrong. Now I think that I can carry on. Listen, baby, if sugar was as sweet as you, honey, sugar just couldn't be bought. Stick your finger in my coffee if sugar was as sweet as you, baby, sugar just couldn't be bought. Oh no, you know when you're so sweet, you make sugar taste just like salt. Yeah. Listen, baby, take all the sugar cane down in Louisiana and take it to the sugar cane mill and grind yourself some of the finest sugar. It wouldn't change the way that I feel, because in order to find a sugar sweet as mine, you'd have to search for a long, long time. Woman, listen, if sugar was as sweet as you, baby, sugar just couldn't be bought. Told you they wouldn't sell it in the store. If sugar was as sweet as you, baby, sugar just couldn't be bought. I feel this one, I believe this is it. Listen, baby, you know that you're so sweet, you make sugar taste just like salt. Get me, everybody, got to say if sugar, honey, was as sweet as you, baby, sugar just couldn't be bought. Sounding good now. Lord, listen, baby, they don't sugar nowhere as fine as you. Oh no, I'm trying to tell everybody that they won't listen to me. Listen, Lord have mercy.
That's February 66 release there for Mr. Joe Tex. Joe Tex on the Dial label. If Sugar Was As Sweet As You is the name of the tune. Johnny G's been holding back on his sugar intake. That is the key to losing weight. If my knees were a little better, I would be able to do a little bit more movement, because I'm usually good. I've done this before, so I'm not new to this Weight Watchers at all, as I've always been successful. I'll tell you, I lost 110 pounds at one point, but I got down too low when I was out on the prowl back in 2009, I think it was. I was working for Sony Music. I met this girl. She was from Weehawken. I don't know what was going on with her, but she just liked to go to fancy restaurants and whatnot. But then I ended up meeting Barbara in December of 2010. And Barbara was here this afternoon, and because she wanted a piece of my birthday cake. My brother's coming tomorrow. He'll be here late morning, so he'll have a piece. I still have some left. Of course, I'm trying to be good, because I'm on a point basis with the weight loss. But I'm probably down more than 21 pounds here. So, but again, I'm not moving as much as I used to move because my knees, got a problem with my knees. But they are better, I will tell you that. I will tell you I'm sleeping much better. So that is a success story for your host, Johnny G. I hope you're digging on these cool tunes here for a Wednesday evening as we head back to Chicago with this request for listener Edmund Williams. This singer, born Eugene Dixon, was the lead singer of a group called the Dookays. In 1961, they signed with the Nat record label, had 2 releases on that label. Their third release was a song called Duke of Earl that I've never seen on the Nat label, but I think they recorded it for the Nat label, but it never came out. I think they sold the master to Vivian Carter's VJ record label in the fall of 1961. It would become this singer's first release, his first of 8 on the VJ label. And in 1963, he would sign with Constellation Records. He had 17 releases on the Constellation label. Now, Edmund requested his 11th, which was a live version of a tune he first released earlier on VJ. But this is a live recording done at the Regal Theater in Chicago, and they released it as a single. A tune written by Curtis Mayfield. This charted number 87 on Cashbox, 81 on Billboard, number 2 on the R&B chart, and a number 1 record on WABQ in Cleveland, Ohio, from October 65. The great Gene Chandler on Constellation for Edmund Williams. The live version of Rainbow. They called it Rainbow 65, Part 1 for Edmund.
Ladies and gentlemen, start time at the Regal. Young man went out and made a name for himself. Has been on every record-breaking show in the Regal Theater in the last 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, how about a nice warm round of applause to welcome Mr. Gene Chandler!
That's going out to Edmund Williams. That's Gene Chandler, recorded live at the Regal Theater in Chicago, released in October 65 on the Constellation label, Rainbow 65. That's part 1. Get part 2 in the back. There's lots of scream, and that's like real screaming. It's not like that fake filtered in screaming. But anyway, there you go. Found that in the wild for 5 cents. You can't go wrong with that. As we continue here, we're almost in Vinyl Treasure overtimes. Fill a request. Actually, this is a double request for Bill Olb in New Jersey and Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. This group out of Evanston, Illinois. Their debut single was a song called Tell 'Em. Came out on the Capitol record label, but this was their follow-up to that. It features the lead of Patty Drew, and she was the lead singer of a group called the Druvels, a tune written by it's not a girl group because it includes a male. He was the bass of the group. His name is Carlton Black. He also wrote the tune. This charted number 38 on KXOK in St. Louis, Missouri from March of 64 by request for Bill Olb and Adrian Viterbo, the Druvels on Capitol. The song is called It's My Time.
I guess it's my time to settle down and say I do. Tell you no lie, I'm really in love with you. Oh, it's my time. Oh, it's my time. It's my time because I love you. Now that we're married, you're doing things you shouldn't do. You're paying me back for things I used to do to you. Oh, it's my time. Oh, it's my time. It's my time. So darling, be cool. You're taking your love away from me, and it makes me feel kind of bad. Go all nights with all your friends while I stay at home getting sad. Oh, I guess it's my time to pack my bags and go back home. Before I get hurt, I would rather be alone. Oh, it's my time. Oh, it's my time. Oh, it's my time. Oh, my
As Patty Drew on lead with the Druvels there by request for Adrian Viterbo and also for Bill Olb, March 64, their second release on the Capitol label. It's My Time is the name of the tune. It's Johnny G's time here on a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. We want to get to 2,000. Dave wants to get to 2,000 before Saturday, but that ain't happening. It ain't happening. I may get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That may be the case. But let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And up next, this singer, first recording back in 1961 with releases on the Diamond record label, has other releases on Comet in 63, also recorded for the Herald label in 64. And let's move up to 1966 now, has this release on the 20th Century Fox label. Now, this tune, first done by Lula Reed, singing with Sonny Thompson back in 1951 for King Records, a tune written by Henry Glover. And Ray Charles also does a version of this in 1956 for Atlantic Records. But let's give a listen to this version from September of 66 on 20th Century Fox. His name is Jimmy Parker. Jimmy Parker on 20th Century Fox Records, his rendition of the tune Drownin' in My Tears.
You know I'm cold. sit and cry just like a child. Darling, darling, mine, tears are running wild. And if you don't think, oh yeah, that you'll be home soon, I'm gonna, you know I'm gonna drown in my tears. I know it's true that into each life some rain, a little bit of rain has gotta fall. Yeah, honey, and I'm so blue. You know, that's every night without you. Oh, then it keeps on. You know, it keeps on raining more and more, more. Yes, so baby, come on, come on, come on home, 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 oh, darling, darling, I don't wanna be alone. And if you don't think one time that you'll be home soon, home, home, I'm gonna, you know I'm gonna, I'll drown in my own tears.
September 66 release there for Jimmy Parker. Jimmy Parker on the 20th Century Fox record label. His rendition of the tune Drown in My Tears is the name of the tune. Hopefully not Johnny G not drowning you in this music. It's cool music from the 1960s. So thank you all for being here. And up next, a request for listener David Silberg, who is a big fan of this singer, who signed with RCA Records in 1960 to have 24 releases through the year 1965. Now, David requested his 19th. This is from his LP called Shake, if you have that LP. But it's a song he wrote, produced by Al Schmidt, arranged by Renee Hall. This charted number 16 on WVON. If you were listening up in Chicago, this is from March 65. The sound of Sam Cooke here on the Vinyltreasure show for David Silberg. It's called, in parentheses, Somebody Ease My Troublin' Mind. Sam Cooke for David Silberg.
I wish somebody would come and ease my troubling mind. Yeah, I wish somebody would come and ease my troubling mind. Oh, yes, I do. Why won't somebody come and ease my troubling mind? Yeah, I sure wish somebody would come and ease my troubling mind. Oh, yes, I do. I wish my baby would come and tell me everything's alright. Yeah, I sure wish my baby come and tell me everything is still alright. Oh yes I do. They tell me when you tell somebody your troubles, trouble fly away from you. I'm looking for somebody I can tell my troubles to. Why won't somebody come and ease my troubling mind? Yeah, I sure wish somebody would come and ease my troubling mind. Oh yeah.
That's the sound of Sam Cooke here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's going out to David Silberg. March 65, that's his 19th release for the RCA record label. Somebody Ease My Troubled Mind, as we now are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. The Copyright Police, they come out again as we continue here with this singer from Clarksdale, Mississippi, signed with Duke Records back in 1954. His real name was Herman Parker Jr., but he recorded as Little Junior Parker. And let me see, his last hit, I guess that's what you're trying to hear is, wait a minute, he had 34 releases on the Duke record label. This was his 30th from October 65. He became Junior Parker now, no longer Little. Junior Parker on the Duke label, Don Robey's Duke Records. It's called These Kind of Blues, These Kind of Blues, Part 1.
When you have these blues and there's someone you're about to lose, there will be some time you can't sleep at night. She wouldn't believe in you if you would treat her right. I said every day when the sun is almost down, you think about the time your baby left this town. Some people think they were born to lose, that's why lovers have the blues. Now let me tell you something. Every day about 5 you start to hang your head and cry, because that was the time your baby said goodbye. Then you wanna put your traveling shoes on. You will feel like dying when you get these kind of blues. You start to hang your head and cry, because that was the time your baby said goodbye. Then you wanna put your traveling shoes on. You will feel like dying when you get these kind of blues.
As Mr. Junior Parker there, I'm going to send that one out to listener Dennis Fluharty. Thank you, Dennis, for your belated birthday wishes. There you go, October 65 on the Duke record label. These Kind of Blues Part 1 is the name of the tune. We are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime here as we go to Liverpool, England for this gal. Her real name, Beryl Hogg, but she recorded as Beryl Marsden. Now here in the U.S., she only had one release. Came out on the Capitol record label. She has many releases, I think, out over in England. But this tune, written by Joy Byers, it's arranged by Ivor Raymond. This charted number 49 on KIOA in Des Moines, Iowa. Let's go to December of 65 for Miss Beryl Marsden, Marsden, on the Capitol label. It's called Who You Gonna Hurt?
Who you gonna hurt after I'm gone? Who you gonna hurt from now on? What pretty words you gonna say before you send him away? Just like you did to me. Who's it gonna be? Whose dreams you gonna take the way you took mine? Whose heart you gonna break? Who's next in line? Tell me who you gonna run to and alibi to. Now that I'm leaving you, oh, what you gonna do? Whose lips you gonna kiss just for a thrill? Whose words you gonna take, then I leave standing still? How many times you gonna be untrue before you're through? Who's after me? Oh, who's it gonna be? After I'm gone, whose dreams you gonna take the way you took mine?
That's December 65. That's her only a U.S. release there. Beryl Marsden on the Capitol record label. Who You Gonna Hurt is the name of the tune. Let us continue here in Vinyl Treasure Overtime for this duo from Asheville, North Carolina. First recording, they relocated to Fort Worth, Texas, began recording. They were Charles Pickens and Bill Mills, recorded as Pick and Bill. Have a bunch of releases on different labels, and they had 3 on the Smash label. This was their second, a tune written by Charles Pickens, that is Pick, and produced by Marv V. Is it Marv V? Is that what it says? Where do you see that? I don't see that on. Oh, it's arranged by, I think that's Moses Dillard. This charted number 13 on WDAO in Dayton, Ohio. This is from December of 67. Let's give a listen to Pick and Bill. Pick and Bill on Smash Records. It's called Just a Tear.
Just a tear will let me know that you care for me. a baby, a baby. Just a sweet word. Will let me know that you hold me dear. Now listen, baby, I've gotta have these things just to live on. I've got to have these things just to live on. A baby, a baby, a baby, just a smile. Will let me know you are the one for me. A baby, a baby, just a kiss. Will give me strength to go on. Now listen, baby, I've got to have these things to try to live on. Baby, baby. You've got to do these things so I can live on. A baby, a baby, a baby, just a tear. A baby, just a sweet word. A baby, just a smile. A baby, just a kiss. A baby, just a tear.
That is the second of three on the Smash label for Pick and Bill. That is Charles Pickens and Bill Mills, December 67 on the Smash label. Just a Tear is the name of the tune. Other releases on Charay, Blue Rock, and the Bandit label. I think you're going to do three more 45s to go before we sign off here on the All 60s edition. And let's go down to New Orleans, Louisiana now for this singer by the name of Johnny Myers. First recording back in 1960 for the Spin It label. Has also releases on the Instant label, 2 releases on Instant. And then in 64 he recorded for the Pitassy, Pitassy, Pitassy label. And this was his final release, came out on Don Robey's Peacock record label out of Houston, Texas. It's a song he co-wrote. This charted number 22 on WBOK in New Orleans, Louisiana from June 67. It's Johnny Myers on the Peacock record label. The song is TCB. TCB. Taking Care of Business. Johnny Myers.
There's a dance that's going around all over the town. It's called taking care of business. You put your hands upon your knees, shake it to the early breeze. You got the rhythm. Now find the beat. Work out, children. You're taking care of TCB.
Taking care of business, baby.
Look at the girl in blue. Lord, she knows what to do. Take the girl in red. Shake it. Don't be afraid. You got the rhythm. Now find the beat. Work out, mama. You're taking care of TCB.
Taking care of business.
In New York City,
New York.
they work some pretty. In D.C., they TCB. But in the mountains of Virginia, down in Forestville, the old folks did it, then the young folks, well, they got the rhythm. Now find the beat. Work out, mama, you're taking care of TCB.
Taking care of business, baby.
She do the barefoot dance, she do the fly. She like to shake it as the people walk by. But I don't know where she got it from, I'm telling you. The old folks did it, and the young folks too. Now take Lazy Mason, she sure can shake it crazy. Lord, I'm gonna try and shake it too. Look out now, take the girl in white.
Take the girl in white.
She looks so nice.
She looks so nice.
Take the little girl in green.
Take the little girl in green.
She looks so mean.
She looks so mean.
She's got the rhythm. Now find the beat.
Find the beat.
Wake up, mama. You're taking care of TCB.
Taking care of business, baby.
Down in Texas,
Taking care of business,
they
baby.
work some reckless.
Taking care of business, baby.
In the Carolines,
Taking care of business,
they work some fine.
Taking care of business,
In New York City,
Taking care of business,
they work some pretty.
That's the sound of New Orleans here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Johnny Myers is his name, his very last single on Don Roby's Peacock Records there, June 67, TCB. It's a dance, taking care of business. Almost time to close down, Johnny G almost taking care of business. So we got 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request now for listener Adrian Viterbo for this girl group. They're known as the Rochelles, and this is on the Spacey record label. The tune co-written by the lead singer of the group. Her name is Yvonne Robertson. Yvonne Robertson. This is from, 64 or early 65? It's on the Spacey label. The Rochelles for Adrian. It's called Please Hear My Plea.
Well, darling, oh, 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 darling, how long for your kiss
you go. That's by request for Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. And that's a great tune there. Great two-sided 45, by the way, by the Rochelle's there. That is Yvonne Robertson on lead. 1964, I'm going to say. It's on the Spacey label. Please hear my plea. Now, I have this as Yvonne Robertson and the D-Mystics, but I have it on the Dove record label. It's kind of like a much cruder version of this song, but and then I think it comes out on Spacey too. So I picked that up actually not too long ago. I was lucky to find that record. But anyway, that's for Adrian. But that's gonna do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. It's our soul show on Wednesday evenings here. So if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Those of you that are new to the program, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell there. There's a drop down. There's a bell, and you hit the drop down to get all notifications. You'll notice on my YouTube page, if you click the live tab, you'll see the upcoming shows for the remainder of this week. So I had you'll see them. So tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern time, from 2 to about 4:30, I'll be playing 78s out of my collection. So I go to 3 grams on the tone arms, and I change the needles, and I spin the 78s. Then I'll be back on Saturday night at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight, for the 50s show. That's my big show of the week, where I spin your requests. Start in the early 50s. I ended 66 last week, 65, 66 I ended. And that show goes on for, I've kind of cut it back a little bit because I get tons of requests for that show. And then I have a special 4th show this week. It'll be on Saturday, September 8th. I'll have a special in-studio guest. Dave the Rave will be here. He also, he does a show on Sirius XM 60s on 6 with Tommy James, and he does those little snippets there. He's going to introduce a lot of cool records on that Saturday afternoon show. It begins at 2 p.m., 2 to about 6 p.m., and it'll be a lot of soul records that I don't have, that he has. And I'm going to leave it up to him to play. I played a few the last time he was here, but I'm going to let him play his records there. But he's got a lot of great records in his collection, and he is really knowledgeable about 1960s groups and singers, etc. So stay tuned for that on Sunday at 2 p.m. And you can go to my website there and click the reminders, but you have to be signed into YouTube, and you got to do that in order for you to chat, in order for you to comment on my page on YouTube. But you can make up a name, and then or you can email me and tell me you're digging on the tunes here, as many have done tonight. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, those of you that supplied me with requests and all your emails and your texts and everything else here. I appreciate that. Thank you for the birthday wishes, the belated birthday wishes, as it's no fun getting old. I tell my and not that I need to tell my 93-year-old father or 88-year-old mother about that. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Our closer tonight is a cool B-side, and the reason why I'm playing this is because I found in my box a great vinyl copy of this. And usually this is on crappy styrene. I told you my feelings about styrene. Now, Amy wants me to get a t-shirt that says Johnny G hates styrene 45s. That would be a pit. But this singer born Alfred Smith from Shreveport, Louisiana, first recorded as a member of Little Freddie and the Rockets back in 1958, a record I've played on that Saturday night show. But he was had a very successful solo career with releases on the Double Shot label out of Hollywood, California. His biggest hit was a song called Gimme Little Sign, but this is the flip side of that 45, which my aunt bought the record, although she did like that side. But she also played the B-side. From July of 67, our closer tonight is Brenton Wood on the Double Shot label. It's called I Think You've Got Your Fools Mixed Up. Johnny G ain't no fool, I can tell you that, but that's going to do it for the Vinyl Treasure Show tonight. Thank you all again for being here. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you heard. The archive will be up momentarily, and I think I've updated my vinyltreasures.net website, so all the shows are there except this one and the last Saturdays. So I got caught up, I have to say. Well, thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. Charlene is my administrative assistant. She helps me in preparing for the show and the research. Couldn't do it without Charlene. And I will see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long, Brenton Wood.
You got your fools mixed up. You must think I'm somebody else. I'm not the same fool you knew that couldn't help himself and followed you around like a dog, strung on a chain, and wagged his cute little tail whenever you call his name. But baby, that will be no more. Remember when you walked out the door, I was on my knees. I said, now baby, please. You just looked at me and said, no score. And then you said, get some more dough, and maybe one day you'll be back again. Well, baby, I got lucky again. I made myself a million tens. And another thing I wanna say, I found myself another friend. Ooh. Think you got your fools mixed up. You must think I'm somebody else. I think you got your fools mixed up. You must think I'm somebody else.